The two African sides gave everything they had before finally bowing out in the round of 16, Algeria and Nigeria. Let's deal with Nigeria first against France. This was a team that gave France everything they could handle until the late stages when France finally came around, but it was in doubt.
It was for sure. I mean, Nigeria played really well in this game. They're unfortunate. A couple of penalty calls denied. Maybe a red card on Matuidi's part could have gone in Nigeria's favour. It didn't. But in the end, listen, France, they didn't play their best game so far. But as the game grew, they grew into this match. And you look at that Valbuena, Cabaye, Pogba combination. It is working so well at the moment. And very, very quietly, I think, Mathieu Valbuena and their right-hand side is becoming one of the players of the tournament so far. He was exceptional once again today. So they're not perfect. They probably look better in the group phase than we saw today, but they got the win. They've progressed. Now, you wonder also about some of their attacking prowess because it was missing with the likes of Karim Benzema. Did not really perform that well, did he? I don't think. So you just wonder. And then you got Olivier Giroud, who didn't do a whole lot. Giroud subbed off, yeah, exactly. On comes Antoine Griezmann, and suddenly France looked like a different team entirely, more dangerous. So Giroud's not quite sure of his place. Is he a centre forward in this team? Does he play wider on the left? We're not quite sure, but what we do know is that Griezmann, who replaced Frank Ribery when he came in, has really got the job done. So you think against a very up-and-down German team in the next round, you might see Griezmann getting the start. Okay, so Nigeria, they lose to France, but they put up a pretty good fight. But that's nothing compared to what Algeria nearly did to Germany, because if Nigeria played France even, you could argue that Algeria were a better team against Germany for much of that game. And thank you for not saying the plucky Algerians. I've heard that a few times. That's unfair. This team's for real. I mean, throughout the entire World Cup so far, they've looked really good. At first, good defensively. Then against Korea, they looked outstanding, pushing forward. In this game, a real blend. They took it to Germany, of all teams. You know, a team you can't take games to, apparently, or so we're told. They were so good in this game. It was one tough, tough loss. But in the end, Germany, the great teams get it done when they don't play very, very well. And they play poorly on this day, I thought. Mesut Ozil, who 4 years ago, even 2 years ago, was supposed to be the next great German player, was very bad once again. Not a great World Cup for him. They've played one good game so far, but they find themselves in the quarterfinals. That's Germany for you, right? Well, Thomas Müller, they got there with him, you know, being the setup man. He didn't score, but he was involved in everything, as he always is, a very valuable player. You wonder about Joachim Löw's decisions, too, in terms of his setup, because he had Philipp Lahm playing in the middle, in midfield again, and yet that does not look like where he should be playing. Yeah, I know. I mean, Bayern Munich has played in midfield a lot this season as well, and Löw's doing the same thing. But listen, this is the best right back in world football. And today, in comes Schweinsteiger. Khedira sits out, who's not match fit. So they put Mustafi at right back and keep Lahm in the midfield in place of Khedira, if that makes sense. And it didn't work. It didn't work, no. Once, you know, they moved things around in the second half of extra time and Lahm goes back at right back, they look far more dangerous. So you wonder, you know, play your best players in their best positions. I mean, he's great at midfield, sure, but at right back, he's a difference maker. So you might see a change against France. Well, yeah, France and Germany advancing. They will play each other in the quarterfinals, even though neither team is at their best right now.